I am a survivor of Satanic Pedaphile cult and children and trafficking. My earliest memory is when I was 3 and in a dog cage in a basement with a dirt floor with other girls. And I was never picked while the other girls always went with other men. And then one day the other girls didn't come back, neither did the men. And I was left alone in the dog cage with the dirt floor. It might have been under stairs, with a dog bowl that was empty and a blanket, and it was cold and dark. The next thing I remember, 2 men in green uniforms came and got me. I don't remember much then till I was 5. And what my mom told me, my whole family disowned me when I was 3 for being the devil's child. When I was 5, I was part of my aunt and other family members in their house in the whole town in Wisconsin. We moved from Chicago to Wisconsin. And from 5 to 12, I was part of this. 5, I was heavily abused and filmed. And there was a lot of screaming, and I was then at 12 too old for the sex, while they taught little boys how to have sex with us, and little boys were the masters and proper, and everybody was involved in the town, teachers, doctors, cops. When I was 12, I started being groomed to be a madam, to get other little girls that we were filmed. And I remember specific details, like to get in trouble, if you got in trouble, if you did something wrong. A man stuck a large Phillips screwdriver inside me when I was 5 and would twist it till it hurt. And I'm not sure what else went on, but by 12, I didn't want any other little girls to get hurt, so I told the teacher. Nothing happened except I went to counseling. And that therapist just played Candyland with me while he touched me, because the whole town was involved. This town is actually the area that the Beast of Bray Road was popular back in the day, and they believe it's because of satanic cult activity that was going on. The county in Wisconsin is also, by the FBI, one of the highest for the satanic cult. The same cult runs through Wisconsin and Illinois and Iowa and Minnesota. I then was a breeder unwillingly from 14 to 17, where I was always having to go to the doctor, but I didn't know why, and I was always having pains and didn't know why, and I started missing my periods 4, 5, 6 months at a time. But I didn't think, when you're 14, 16, 17 and you're not having sex, you don't think you're pregnant. You just know you're having pains and you're having problems, and then you go to the doctor all the time because they take the babies and then kill them for sacrifice. And as far as trafficking, it's not your typical trafficking. When I was 19, my mom sold me because I was a virgin. She wanted to get rid of me. She also spent my whole teenage years going in and out of mental hospitals because she found out when I killed myself when I was 14, I took a bottle of pills, I died, and I was in a coma for 2 weeks, that all she had to do was say I was suicidal, and they'd put me in the psych ward to get rid of me. So I went in the psych ward every 2 weeks or so, and they don't believe you when you're a minor and your mom says you're suicidal. And they put you on more pills or add more pills and give you more diagnoses because you're always in there suicidal and they can't figure out what's wrong with you. My mom was really good friends with the doctor. So by 19, I had 23 different diagnoses and was on 13 different pills. And my mom sold me to someone who was very abusive. And I later found out basically because of my virginity, and he could do whatever he wanted to me because he bought me. And then I was in the last relationship where I discovered trafficking isn't always as it appears. Trafficking can be anything from somebody taking you to a hotel and people are allowed to come in, to being with somebody and your son is in danger because he'll allow others to touch him or you, or waking up in your apartment because they're a part of it and you're being shot up with heroin and gang raped while it's recorded. I am a famous child porn star on the dark web from all my films that were made when I was a kid. And there's also a lot of movies underground of me when things like me being shot up and gang raped. are filmed. But of course, when you don't know your mom and the two people you trust, your mom and the person that you're with, are in on it, and you talk to them about it, and they say it's all in your head, and they can use that when you've spent your whole life going in and out of mental institutions and on 13 different medications. Everything was always in my head. I'd ask my mom about my childhood. How dare I think that? How dare I think something happened? And I always had body memory pains where my body would hurt and I would get nauseous, but how dare I question anything? And my mom knew the whole time that things were happening. She'd take me to my aunt's and then go to work because I came home every day with blood in my underwear. And I'm just now, this is the first time I've ever spoken this out loud. My son is now in witness protection because he's in danger, because he's also